Hi guys, it's Mr. Slaybaugh here, and we're going to go over what we learned in our first lesson with me on elementary band night, and also what you should be working on in your book. Let's start with how to hold a stick. Remember the names of the stick, the parts of the stick: tip, shoulder, shaft, butt. I want you to divide the stick into 3 equal portions with your fingers, just like this. And on the portion on the shaft towards the butt, place your thumb directly on it and wrap your first finger so that if there were a nail coming through the center of your thumbnail, it would come out between these 2 knuckles, dead center. You'll notice when you do that, that your hand has a closed spot here. I call this the mouth. We always keep the mouth closed. When you look up, you're going to see that your hand has a natural crevice down it. Just wrap the fingers. And there you go. When you play, you'll notice that the drum pad needs to be just a little bit below your belly button. Mine is just, my belly button's where my stick is, and it's just a little bit below that. So when, I'll back up a little bit so you can see this. So when I turn my hand over, I have a slight downward angle. I'm making a diamond from my chest to my arms to the tip of the stick. A diamond. And I'm going to play on the smallest spot possible, preferably the size of a dime. I'm going to stand up with my shoulders level and the drum centered on my body, or the pad in this case. Put your throw-off mechanism directly towards you so that the snare runs this way, not this way. You don't want to reach over. You want to know that it's always right in front of you to turn the snare on and off. And we'll play over that. We'll look at how the angle works for the stick. Notice that my fingers stay on the stick as I rotate, and that it's the same motion as if I'm waving my hand up and down. And all I'm doing is putting a stick in it. We call this turning the wrist. Turn the wrist. Not this way, like you're waving bye-bye. And notice the stick, it has the same speed up as it does down. So if I were to put a stick here, it would be equal. I don't hit the surface and I don't lift off the surface. It's just equal motion. I can do it up in the air, and it just happens to hit a surface. Do this again with the left hand. 3 equal portions to the stick. On the portion that is located towards the shaft, place your thumb and wrap the first finger around it so that in the middle of the thumbnail, if I were to drive a nail, it would come out between these 2 knuckles, dead center. Remember, we called this the fulcrum. There's the grip. Wrap the fingers around the stick. And again, it is a smooth, even motion every time. Every time you play in your first lesson, I want you to go through the checklist. 1, grip. Am I holding the stick properly? 2, do I have the pad or the drum height at the right height? It should be slightly below your belly button. Most of the time, it's too low. 3, am I holding my sticks at the proper angle? Am I making a diamond? And is there a slight downward motion? Do I have my elbows in, or do I have my elbows too far out? They should be relaxed to make the diamond. Not a crazy one, a relaxed one. And finally, do I have an even, smooth motion with the tip of my stick, the bead of my stick? Is it the same speed going up as it is down, and am I holding on to the stick? Hope this is great. I look forward to seeing you in another lesson.